Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health, with 7 locations to serve you better. We have a dedicated staff. And now, here's your host, CEO Vicki Soule.
And welcome to Community Conversations. This is Vicki Soule from Treasure Coast Community Health. And as you know, every week we look for individuals who are making a difference in our community. Some do it by events, some do it through education. A lot do both. And that is one of the things that thrills me today. This is all about the good things that are happening through you and with you in our community that are education related, but for us adults instead of, as we often like to talk about, our children. So this week I have with me as my guest Dr. Richard Baker from the Pelican Audubon Society.
Yes, Pelican Island Audubon.
Okay, and his cohort, Dr. Graham Cox, who's also with us today, to talk about a couple of different things than we normally do. Welcome, Dr. Cox.
Thank you.
Dr. Baker, I saw you probably 2 months ago at an outside event where we were planting trees, and you told us how very important trees are. So we're going to spend the bulk of our conversation in our weekly program talking about your 100,000 tree planting and why that's so critical. But I understand that you have a conference that you started last year that's going to be coming on board this next couple of weeks. So tell us about that.
Yes, it's coming this Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Saturday morning, February 2nd,
Okay.
out at the county fairgrounds.
Okay.
And it's going to be enclosed.
Yay, in case it's still cold weather.
Yeah, so there's plenty of room, and so we're hoping for a lot of folks there. We will also be bringing in some food trucks, but most important, we will be bringing in 3 nurseries that will have native plants. The conference is about transforming landscapes for a sustainable future, and we're trying to get people to open up their yards, homeowners, scientists, homeowners associations, particularly, but trying to get folks to think about putting native plants in their yards instead of some of these exotics or non-Florida things, because native plants are really good for wild animals. Birds, butterflies, and so forth.
It's the whole ecosystem, really,
right? It's very important, and we're losing that in Florida drastically through development and somewhat agriculture, but and roads and schools and parking lots and concrete and stuff. So we're losing it in Florida quite drastically.
So this conference will be on Saturday. It will start and end at what times?
It starts at 8 o'clock. That's when you could come and sign in. Okay. We're asking folks to apply early on our website. Okay. We're charging $10 if you apply through our Pelican Island Audubon Society, which is Pelican Island Audubon.org. Okay.
PelicanIslandAudubon.org.
Yes.
That's a long name.
Yes, that's our organization. But you get on our website, and then you can sign up for the course. It's $10 per person.
But if you are like me and mean to get to it on time, you can come in at the door.
Yeah, we charge at the door up to $15. Try to encourage people to apply early.
Very good. Very good. Dr. Cox, would you like to add something to this?
I just make sure that folks also have the phone number so that they can call the office. It's 772 is the area code, and it's 567-3520. And call the office, you can get a $10 ticket.
Very good. Now, I know that we won't have a lot of time, but tell us briefly, why would someone go to the conference besides being able to purchase things there? Do you have a number of speakers that will be there?
Yes, we've got some great speakers that are very knowledgeable about native plants. And it'll start out, the first at 8 o'clock, we have Vince Lamb, who's a great photographer, and he's just going to help people learn how to photograph butterflies, particularly, and the flowers in their yard. And he does a terrific job in doing that. Then we have Dr. Craig Hagel, who is going to talk about the joy of native gardening. He's a professor at the university over in the West Coast and is very well known about use, and it's got a number of books on gardening, and he's going to be having his books there. A very well known person. Chris Waltz is going to talk about the Treasure Coast plants, those particular plants that do well in the Treasure Coast area, Brevard, Indian River.
That was
St.
one of the
Lucie.
first things I had to learn was salt ruins up north plants. I brought a lot of them with me. They didn't make it.
Well,
I thought they
Florida
would.
is a long state, and there may be certain areas where certain plants do quite well, and Chris Waltz does very well at that. Then we
Right.
have Michelle Peterson going to talk about gardening for native bees, and she's an excellent speaker. Dr. Mark Minnow is going to talk about gardening for butterflies.
No.
He's written a number of books. He's very well known in the community, and what plants is best for the butterflies that you might want to have in your yard. And then Christian Hines and Dr. James Kushlan are going to talk about gardening for birds in Florida. What plants would you want to have to encourage birds? You know, a lot of people put bird feeders out to attract birds to come to their yard because they like to look at them and watch them. But you can put particular plants and trees in your yard that are very attractive to birds, and that brings them in.
Well, as you informed me as we were walking into the studio today, that it's all connected. The butterflies start as caterpillars. The birds know where the caterpillars
Right.
evolve,
Right.
and so there's a food supply, and
Right.
it's all a connected process.
And we have one speaker who will wrap it all up in a topic called planning the sustainable garden landscape. So once you've heard about the birds and the bees, then you get to start the ideas of how to just plan all this.
Oh, that sounds like the work part, not the
That's-
fun part.
that's the
I'm
work
coming
part.
with my camera.
That comes at the end of the day, so people might not be quite there. But
There you go.
Well, most people would like some help in where to plant in your yard, and that's kind of what he's going to be covering, sort of the architect,
Okay.
landscape architect, to show how to do a map of your yard and what plants you want to have.
And best of all, you'll have live experts right there. So during the breaks and at other times at the beginning and end of day, these folks will be around to help you. So I encourage you, if you don't have anything planned for Saturday, February 2nd, come out to the IRC Fairgrounds and take advantage of the wonderful things in our community. Thank you guys for coming by.
Thank you.
thank you.